Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and I hope you're having a great start to your week. Today's episode is all going to be about quick gifts that we can sew for the holidays, and they can mostly fit in a stocking, so they're little gift ideas. And forgive me, I'm still kind of trying to set up a little bit here today, which is why you can't really see me very well. Let me see if I can adjust my brightness level a little bit, get some color here happening. We are having a snow day today here in Colorado, so I'm a little out of sorts because some children are on a delay, some children are going to school or not going to school. Someone's saying there's an echo. Let me see if I can adjust that. So at any rate, I'm a little out of sorts. You know, when you wake up and suddenly you have to adjust your entire schedule because of snow and ice, it's a little hectic. You know what I mean? Is there still an echo, Jackie? Or are you hearing me okay? All right. So hopefully you're hearing me okay. Okay. Lots of you coming in and saying hello. I appreciate that. Be sure to post your comments and questions in the live chat. Be sure to like us on Facebook if you're watching there, or subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching there, because I have a great gift to give away to one lucky viewer who is doing all of those things, somehow engaging with the post. You also need to have liked our pages wherever you're watching from so that I can contact you if you happen to be the lucky winner today. I'm going to be giving away a brand new product we have here on Sulky.com. It is this really great gridded notebook planner of sorts with this really cute "Sewing is my jam" motif on the front. And I love this little motif. Isn't it so cute? Sewing is my jam too. So this is a brand new product, as I mentioned, at Sulky.com. It's under $7. So makes a really great gift for your sewing friends for the holidays and any time of year, really. As I mentioned, the pages inside are gridded. So it's really great for planning projects, planning quilts. You can kind of draw out all of your blocks and calculate the dimensions that you need for your quilts and quilty projects, table runners. I love using gridded paper for planning all of my projects, not just quilts, but bags and all kinds of things, because it really does make the math a little bit easier when you see that grid. You can apply any sort of value to those grids and then size up or down your projects as well. So this is a really cool planner for all the sewing and crafty things that you plan to do in 2025 and beyond. And as I mentioned, it's under $7, I want to say. So it's a really affordable gift if you have, a bunch of guild friends or sewing buddies that you want to get a gift for. This is a really great idea. You can package it up maybe with a couple of thread spools, cute little ribbon, and you're good to go for the holidays. So that is our giveaway today for one lucky viewer who is watching and engaging with the posts and all that jazz. Good afternoon from Georgia, Teresa. Great to see you. Melanie loves a planner. So do I. Even with all this digital stuff going on, out there in the universe, I still like to sketch things out. Love having a notebook close by. I actually have one of these planners myself. I know. So it's a really great size. It's, sized like a regular standard notepad. Actually, it's a little bit larger. You can see I have my notebook here. This one's just a little bit taller so that your gridded pages inside they go all the way up to your little spiral at the top. So lots of room here. And then these are all perforated. So you get a nice clean, trim when you want to take it over and maybe scan it into your computer if you want it to be digital and save it forever, or you get the idea. You can even, cut these out and create applique templates. And the grid is just really helpful for placement and all kinds of things. All right. And yes, the planner would be a great keepsake to go with a great gift or the gift of a quilt. Great idea. All right. So, and yes, it is a little bit easier to carry. It's a little, skinnier, not as bulky. So it is nice to carry with you, not so heavy. You can, throw it in a tote bag if you're going on a road trip. Maybe you're going to travel for the holidays and you can plan out some projects, make some notes to patterns that you already have, things like that. All right. So as we're sort of winding down 2024, which seems crazy. I feel like I just got used to saying 2024 and now I have to get used to saying 2025. But I want to make sure that you are registered for our New Year's Eve sew along, happening, of course, on December 31st. We are going to start at noon Eastern time. So you want to adjust for your time zone. So here I will be starting at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So noon Eastern time, we're going to go live and we're going to sew for 4 hours. We're going to sew and chat and ask questions and have the party of the century, the party of the year, whatever. And you're going to be with like-minded people who are all sewing the same thing. So it's a really great opportunity to kind of do what we do here on Sew What and kind of bounce ideas off of each other and ask your questions directly to the pattern designer over at Sally Tomato, which is Jessica Barrera, who designed this version of the Jessica bag for our sew along this year. This is called the Dutton. So all of you Yellowstone fans out there understand the reference. And if you haven't watched Yellowstone yet, don't even worry about it because this bag really speaks to this Western chic theme that's super popular. I actually attended a craft trends report yesterday, which I'm going to be reporting to you on when I can kind of get my notes together on that. But it was really fascinating to hear from an expert in the craft industry talking about trends and how we sort of notice that a trend's going to be a trend. I've always kind of wondered how, pop culture, of course, influences trends. All kinds of things influence trends. Even weather patterns can influence trends, and certain food trends can then kind of trickle down into the craft space. And it's really interesting to me to hear about all these things and kind of understand what to expect and how to really jump on those trends and make them your own. Your own take on these trends. And with this Western chic theme that we're doing for New Year's Eve, it is apparently super on trend for 2025 because this cowgirl chic theme is going to be really prevalent in the coming year. And what this person was telling us was that she kind of thinks this trend started with the whole Barbie movement of last year. Barbie in her cowgirl hat and her pink, bell bottoms and sequins and everything. That kind of sparked this cowgirl chic trend. And now there's kind of offshoots on that trend. You don't have to be like pink sparkly cowgirl. Now you could be like earthy, down home cowgirl, or you can go with this sort of Yellowstone cowgirl theme where there's like a chic take on it, right? We've got like this leather and lace look for our bag. So, you don't have to go head to toe with these themes. You can just create a bag and then kind of dress it up or, wear what you would wear in your style and then incorporate that trend into that look. So it's kind of your take on the trend or your way of, showing off that trend without going super full blown with it, that type of thing. So I just thought that was really interesting. And I was so glad to hear that that's going to be a prevalent theme, not only in the craft space, but also just in fashion in general coming up on 2025. So if you join us for New Year's Eve, you will be ahead of the trend. You'll already have a bag to sport in 2025 that speaks to this trend and this theme. So you'll be ready to go. So make sure you've registered for this live streaming event. And remember, if you can't join live or if you have to duck out at some point, these are all recorded events. So as long as you're registered, you'll be able to go back to the event page whenever you need to and watch the whole event. And you can rewind and fast forward and pause on little, certain camera angles if you really need to see, let's say, how the strap is attached or something like that. You can really review that easily while you're working your way through your New Year's Eve bag, or maybe you want to make this again and perhaps showcase a different fabric or embroidery design or applique instead of that freestanding lace. Like, for example, this is showing off a really cool cork fabric in that, faux leather frame on the exterior pieces. So you can make a lot of versions using the items you get with your sew-along registration, meaning the pattern and all the embroidery designs. Not only do you get the freestanding lace embroidery designs, but you also get 2 little freestanding lace charms that go along with or match the freestanding lace piece. And you can use these for your cute little tassels or create some freestanding key rings or key charms. So you'll get a lot of stuff with your registration fee. You get, I think, over $25 in designs. And then, of course, you also get your bag pattern for free with your registration. The bag pattern alone is valued at $12.99. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, and you get to join us for New Year's Eve and interact with myself and Jessica Barrera. And if you've never done a New Year's Eve sew-along before, you're in for a treat because they're super fun. This is the 5th time we're doing this. I just can't believe it's been 5 years. So I hope you will join us for New Year's Eve. Esther says maybe I'll make a Dutton in pink for my stepdaughter. That is such a cute idea. And you can go with that Barbie cowgirl chic sort of glam look if you go with some pinks, maybe even put a poly sparkle thread in your freestanding lace piece. And you can have some sparkly, elements to the bag too. That would be really cool. All right. Love it. Anne is loving it with the cork. I love that idea. Think outside the box with whatever you want to frame in your Dutton bag. All right. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Ooh, our Greece tour. All right. So again, as we are kind of coming to the end of 2024, be thinking about your travel plans and, your hopes and dreams and your bucket lists and all that for 2025 and beyond, because we have some amazing travel destinations we will be going to in the next couple of years and hopefully beyond as well. First up is Greece. We will be going to Greece in May, and you can join us for this wonderful tour of a lifetime. This one really is selling fast, and we do have a limited number of seats left, or I shouldn't say seats, but a limited number of people are going on this tour. So if you're interested in it, I highly suggest you get a hold of Craft Tours and say, I want to get on the list for that Sulky Greece tour. Tell me all about it. I link directly to our tour page for this trip, so you can read the entire itinerary and cost breakdown and all of that. And if you want to get on a payment plan with Craft Tours, they will allow that. You just need to talk to them about it. There's also a discount, I believe, if you pay in full too. I believe so. So at any rate, you'll need to contact Craft Tours, get on the Sulky Greece tour, and then you can join us in May. This is going to be an absolute phenomenal trip. And coincidentally, during that trend report that I was a part of yesterday, they were saying that the Mediterranean is going to be a really prevalent theme in 2025, and blues and whites and tile looking kind of motifs. And I instantly thought of Greece and our Greece tour. And so the wheels are already turning on the project I'm going to do for our hands-on workshop in Greece. I think I have a really cool idea that's going to incorporate these Mediterranean themes and motifs and also commemorate our travels. And I think it's going to be really fun how it goes together. So right now it's up here. I got to get it in here. And then, we'll move forward with creating that project and pattern and gathering all the items for the kit and everything like that. So, yeah, this is going to be an amazing, amazing tour. Debbie says Greece is a great place to visit. Sheila really wants to come. Come on, Sheila, join us. You're going to love it. Kathy says, oh, yes to sparkly elements for that bag. Absolutely. Yeah, using some poly sparkle for that freestanding lace. That would really pull in, the nickel hardware on that brown bag. It really kind of ties all that in and gives another bit of glitz and glam to the project. So great idea. Love that you guys are loving it. Love the idea of poly sparkle and the freestanding lace. All right. Okay, back to Greece. Sheila, come along with us. You won't be sorry. All right. Let's see. Esther loves the Mediterranean, hoping to go back. Fantastic. Will not speaking Greek be a problem? No, absolutely not. That's the cool thing about going on these tours with craft tours is we have a guide from craft tours that joins us that, kind of knows the ins and outs of all the places that we're going to visit. And every time I've been on a craft tours trip, the people that are helping us out generally speak English. So we don't really have a problem with a language barrier. So it's really nice. Also, sometimes I will use a translator app on my phone if I have something specific I want to say, because I have some food allergies. I want to make sure, I don't order something that has those foods in it. So I will go into the Translate app on my phone and, speak into it in English, and then it will type out what I'm trying to say in the local language. And then I can just kind of show that person my phone if I'm uncomfortable speaking or don't know how to pronounce those words. And they know exactly what I'm saying, or at least they can get a little gist if they are unable to understand me in English. So there's lots of ways to get around those language barriers, and it really should not keep us from traveling and experiencing the world. You can also kind of teach yourself simple phrases that you might use a lot and learn those either on the flight over or in the weeks leading up to it. That's a really great travel tip is, learn how to say hello, goodbye, thank you, where's the restroom, these kinds of things. And you'll be good to go, and you'll feel like you're being respectful of where you are and the people that you're visiting, and if you're uncomfortable doing that, again, using that Translate app on your phone is a great alternative. And you can also kind of rely on the kindness of strangers. There are a lot of tourists around that can help out as well, but for the most part, we're traveling as a group. That's one of the benefits of traveling as a group is, if you're uncomfortable or you don't know what to do, or, you land and there's some sort of something you have to do at the airport and you have no idea, you all kind of talk together and we figure it out and we, problem solve, and then we get to the next location. And it's just a really, really fun time and a great experience. All right. It is amazing what apps can do, Kathy. Yes. All right. It will be a wonderful experience. Come along, Susan. Oh, Judy says, looking forward to walking up the donkey trail in Santorini. Absolutely. So excited to see you again. Okay. So let's get to today's project, because I'm sure you are all in the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. Maybe you have some last minute gifts you still need to get. I still need to get so many gifts and or make them, and time's running out. When we have Thanksgiving late, it really just feels like, and it's only 1 week, right? Typically. I mean, Thanksgiving was really late this year, so I feel like it just put me behind because I was still in Thanksgiving mode when I should have been in, shopping and creating and sewing mode for the holidays. So as usual, I'm a little bit behind, but it's all fine. Everything's fine. We're all going to be fine. So I came up with some quick and easy little projects that you can stuff in a stocking, or, wrap up in some cute little cellophane with a ribbon. Just a little something that you could give to a neighbor, to a hostess, to even your BFF, especially if your friends live far away from you and you have to get something shipped in time. Like, now is the time to make sure it gets there. And you don't want it to be this big bulky item that, weighs a ton, and then all of a sudden it's $40 to ship it, and you thought you were saving money by using some fabrics in your stash. You get the idea. So these are sort of a smattering of smaller projects that don't take a lot of fabric, that we can get creative with, have fun at the sewing machine, put on some Christmas music, a holiday movie in the background, and just sit and sew for an afternoon and bang out some really great projects that are really heartfelt, that people feel really special because you sewed this for them. You took all that time to sew it and pick out the fabrics that you knew they would like, and there's really nothing like a handmade gift. So I want to start off by, with these really cute quilted coasters. Now, a coaster set does not take up a whole bunch of fabric. You can create 4 of them in no time. You can package these up with a really cute holiday mug or a bag of really nice herbal teas. Very inexpensive, not heavy if you want to ship these or mail them off in time. And you can create these in no time. So not only are they super easy to create with this strip piecing method that I'm going to show you, however, you can use any kind of quilt block design that you want to showcase. You can even create all 4 coasters separately. You can create just one coaster, put it inside a little mug, maybe with some hot cocoa, and send it on its way. All right, so with the strip piecing method though, you just need 3 strips of fabric, and they're about an inch wide. That's how small these little coasters are. So I chose 3 in just a purple palette that I had, cut them to an inch wide. If you have a jelly roll, you can just cut your jelly roll strips in half and create a little bit bigger coaster. Or you can trim them down to an inch wide and, use some more jelly roll strips. But those are really great for projects like this because they're usually sold in coordinating colors. So you can create tons of coasters, mug rugs. You can do the same exact thing that I'm showing you here with the coaster and create placemats or even larger quilts. All right, but we're going small here today. So we've got our 3 fabric strips and we're just going to sew them together along those long edges. Right sides together, sew down the whole strip. Then you're going to press those open. Make sure that your seams are lying nice and flat. I just pressed my seams to one side because I'm going to quilt this as well, and I want everything to be nice and flat. So now that I have my 3 long strips, then I can cut those strips into smaller sections and start arranging them however I want my coaster to look. So this is a little bit of a pinwheel look for these blocks. And first I started with this pink in the center of my block. And then I just kind of played around and reconfigured the strips. And now this is what it looks like with the dark purple as the center block. So you could create 2 this way, 2 the other way. You get the idea. So you could do 2 totally different sets of coasters, or they look a little bit different, but they coordinate. One is for this neighbor, one's for this neighbor. You get the idea. So you're making it a little bit different, yet the same. Love that. All right, so once you have figured out the orientation for your blocks, then you can just sew them together. And then I squared up the edges. And these are a little bit smaller than 4 inches square. But but I'm also going to add some batting and binding to this, which makes them a little bit larger than than the 3.5 inches that they end up being. So you'll do this for as many coasters as you're going to create, and then comes the quilting part. So notice how my backing fabric is cut larger, much larger than my coaster block, and then my batting is a little bit larger than the coaster block as well. That's because I'm going to wrap my backing fabric around to the front to create my binding. So I'm going to quilt through all layers, and then when my quilting is complete, I'm going to fold that backing fabric, double fold it toward my quilted block. Then I will clip that in place and sew my binding. And I actually did some decorative sewing on the binding as well. So for the quilting, you can use Sulky 50 weight cotton if you want the quilting stitches to kind of blend in with the fabric. And that's what I did for this one. I used just a 50 weight lightweight cotton thread, and I just quilted along all of those seams. So I quilted in the ditch. But you could do, a computerized quilting design. Maybe you have one that's sized exactly 3 inches, and you could hoop this up and do like a flower on every single coaster. That would be really pretty. And just make sure that you cut your backing larger so you can do this binding trick, and fold your binding over to the front. So once your quilting is done, then we're going to fold that binding. And I decided to use Sulky 30 weight blendables in the needle to attach my binding. And first I sewed along the interior binding fold line to make sure it was secured. And then I stitched equidistant lines until I got to the outer edge. So I've got all this matchstick quilting going along the binding in that 30 weight blendables thread. And honestly, this doesn't take any more time than it would just stitching one line of thread, because it goes so quickly. You're only quilting along a 3.5 inch block. So it comes together so fast. So here is that 30 weight blendables, which I chose a violet 30 weight blendables. So it goes from that lavender color to the pink to the dark violet, matching my fabric colors perfectly. And I just stitched about 4 lines along the binding, making it nice and flat. And that's all there is to it. I mean, the coaster is complete. I should mention too, you do want to miter those corners when you fold your backing fabric to the front. And I have an entire blog post on this project, so you can get the full tutorial on the Sulky blog. And I link directly to the post in the featured products in the description of today's live stream. So if you're not seeing the whole description, just click on that more button. The whole description will pop out for you, and you'll find the link that will take you directly to this tutorial. So then you can create your 4 coasters or however many you want to create for a set, put a cute little ribbon around it, and there you have it. Such a quick and easy gift idea using some really cute fabrics, and couldn't be simpler. Love it. It's great for a beginner. It's great for a more experienced quilter. Anybody can make this cute, quick gift. All right. So the next idea I have is a really great stocking stuffer, but it also can kind of take you into Valentine's Day. All right. So it's a great accessory. And some of you might remember this project because we presented it with Sheila Ryan of Designs by Baby Moon. And we are re-releasing this kit, and it's on sale right now for an amazing deal. So this is called Lovely Earrings. And with this kit, you get a ton of heart earring designs. These are also freestanding lace. All right. So I made a bunch of these, and I am using them in different ways for the holidays, for gifts, for Valentine's Day upcoming. For this one, I'm going to add a little thread tassel and make it into a napkin ring. So cute. Love it. You can also use this for little Valentine's Day ornaments. So you don't have to use them as earrings. You can create a set of earrings, give it away as a gift, use another one of the designs that's included in the kit, and create some really cute little freestanding lace ornaments for a little Valentine tree or a little Valentine garland. So many things you can do with these cute little designs. Some of them have bottom loops and some of them don't within the design collection. So just be aware when you're loading these into your machine, if you don't want to have that lower loop because you're creating just a freestanding heart ornament without the tassel or without, a jump ring that will connect another piece, like you can see in some of these earrings, then just choose one of the hearts that does not have the loop at the bottom. You will have so many heart designs to choose from within the collection. So here's just kind of a sampling of those. And you can see you can attach them together with jump rings, or you can have them hang singularly, or you can add a thread tassel to the jump ring or to that bottom loop. And you'll have hearts that have butterflies on them, hearts that have flowers on them, or you can skip those butterfly and flower steps and create them plain like this. So this was the butterfly one, and I just omitted the butterfly steps, and I created just a plain heart in this large size. You also get these smaller sizes of hearts that you can use as little kind of stud earrings, or again, you can chain them together, make them as long as you want. And these are such great gift ideas for your friends. And you can, depending on the type of earrings that they already wear, you can create dangles, you can add little beads, you can add little sequins, or you can make them relatively plain, or again, use them in so many different ways. So the kit for this that we have back on sale at sulky.com comes with all these beautiful threads that work out great for springtime, for any time of year, really. You even have these great reds and fuchsias that would work even for the holidays right now. And the green, you get the idea. It also comes with all this earring hardware and a bunch of jump rings if you do want to connect them for ornaments or earrings or napkin rings or, what have you. These would also make really cute additions to fabric bookmarks. You can have your little freestanding lace heart with a tassel on it at the end or at the top of the bookmark. So there's so many different ways of using these. So it's a really great kit. You get all these designs. I mean, dare I say there's like 9 heart designs included with the kit, as well as all these threads. Fabrisolve stabilizer, which is what you're going to build the freestanding lace on in the hoop of your embroidery machine. And then all this great hardware. You don't have to go searching for really great earring hardware that's hypoallergenic that everybody can wear because it's all in this kit. So check that out. It's at an amazing deal right now. I know these are going to sell out in no time because the price is just an absolute steal. So you can check that out. You can also register for the Lovely Earrings webcast if you missed it this past year and get all access to the event. You'll even get a little heart design for free that you can try out, see how you like it. And you can watch the entire video of the event and see Sheila and how she puts these together. All right, so that's a really great gift idea. Small, again, doesn't weigh a lot. If you need to ship these, you could probably even put a little set inside a holiday card and mail it off without having to, box it up and ship it and incur all of those costs. I know that postage is just such a big expenditure, especially around the holidays. All right, another great idea. I love these little guys. These are our gingerbread puff ornaments that are also made in the hoop of your embroidery machine. These would also be a great little thing to tuck inside of a Christmas card or holiday card that you're sending off. If you missed this webcast, which we did in the beginning of November, you can still register for it. It's a free event. The video lives on that event page, so you can access it and watch the whole thing. Fast forward to the parts where you need help. And you can grab up this kit at an amazing deal as well. All right, so this kit comes with this dark brown felty, all the threads you see here, the puffy foam that is inside the layers, the Cutaway Plus stabilizer that you need, and all 5 of these adorable little gingerbread faces. And during the webcast, we gave you lots of ideas for how to use these for other times of year. So changing up the felty colors, changing up the thread colors a little bit to make them look like sugar cookies or make them work for like a baby shower party. So cute. So this makes a really great gift. And if you did join us for November, don't forget about these guys. Make them for your holiday table. You can punch that hole in the top of the ornament and wrap your little gingerbread guy or gal around a napkin, put it at everybody's place setting. You can personalize the back of the ornament with initials, a monogram, someone's name, whoever is going to sit at that seat, and then they get to take that ornament home and put it on the tree. Love that idea. Absolutely love it. You can even personalize it and say, from Grandma 2024 or from Auntie Julie 2024. You get the idea. So, yes. Oh my gosh. Anita is saying there are only 12 gingerbread kits left. Woo! All right. Get it while you can, everybody, because once this is gone, it's gone. And yes, they are absolutely adorable. Thank you for letting me know, Anita. Only 12 left. Whew. Get it while you can. And yes, these ornaments do use Sulky Cutaway Plus, which give them a really great structure. So they really do, stand up nicely. They don't flop around. And when you're hanging them up, they have, they have a nice structure to them. I don't know what else to say. So that's a really, really great last minute gift idea. Here you can see in the sweet little sugar cookie look that we took on this project. So with the light beige felty, you get a little bit of a sugar cookie look, and you can change your threads to pink from red and green. Maybe you have light pink and light blue for a baby shower gift or something like that. So these just come out so perfectly every time with the little cute pinked edge. I'm just in love with them, as you can tell. All right, so let's see. I have a couple more great gift ideas for you all, and resources for them are all in the featured products in the description of today's post. So you can either head on over to the kits, head on over to the event and register for it. Oh, yes, grab up that lovely earrings kit. Someone is also saying that those are a little bit low in stock now too. So yes, thank you so much for letting me know. And yeah, no calories with these gingerbread ornaments. Who out there is making all the Christmas cookies? Because I have started, I actually like to make like the dough balls and freeze them. And then as the holidays are approaching, I can grab up some here and there, maybe make 2 of this kind, 2 of this kind. You get the idea, and make like a fresh cookie plate for a neighbor or something like that. And then the rest go back in the freezer. It's absolutely brilliant. I thank my mother for this because she always made so many Christmas cookies for the holidays. And I was like, how do you get like 12 different cookie doughs going in like one weekend to give out to all of your friends and neighbors? And she was like, freeze what you can, make them fresh. You can even do like 2 of this kind, this all in one tray and bake them. I mean, whew, it definitely does take some thought, careful planning on your available time leading up to the holidays, but love me some Christmas cookies, love me some gingerbread and ginger snaps. Love it. So fun. All right. Let's see. Next up is our drawstring jewelry pouch. Now, if you grabbed up one of our spring mystery boxes this past March, You probably already made this drawstring jewelry pouch because everything you need to make it was included in that mystery box. You also got the digital pattern with all the templates for this and your circle diameters and your interior stabilizer piece and all that good stuff was all included in that mystery box. So if you've never purchased one of our mystery boxes, this is one of the projects that was included in one of our past boxes. So not only do you get great threads, stabilizers, little gift ideas or little gifties, little charms or sewing notions, tools that are really helpful, but you also get project inspiration and the items needed to make those projects. So this was in our spring mega mystery box, and it's one of those jewelry pouches that opens up totally flat as a circle. And then there's a circle inside that has pockets all sectioned off. And you can fit your rings and jewelry, and you could put your watch in the center, necklaces, all what have you, in their own separate pockets. And then you have a casing with this really pretty satin cording in it. And you just pull your cording tight. The whole thing gathers up. And you can travel with this, throw it in your suitcase, and all of your jewelry stays in its own little pocket. So these make great gifts for the holidays. I love the satin cording because it really just glides through that casing seam. And it gives it a little bit of like a luxurious touch, you know? And then on the end is a little bead. You don't have to have the bead there, but I think that also adds just a little something something to the gift as well. So you can dive into your, bead stash, grab up some nice satin cording or ribbon, and you really just need 2 like fat quarters to make this. And it comes together really simply, really easily. Again, it doesn't weigh a lot. You can even make a pair of freestanding lace heart earrings and have them already tucked inside one of the pockets, and then gift this away to somebody with everything together. So this is a really great gift. You can head on over to the blog post and get the details for this project. And then optionally, if you like to have a pattern with the templates and with everything in a nice optimized printable PDF, then you can purchase that at sulky.com. Or you can go over to the blog post and get the tutorial and kind of make up your templates yourself. So that really depends on your confidence, I guess, with the project after reading the instructions. All right. Anita says, I carried one of these many years ago to my first high school dance. So cute. Love that. I have one a friend made for me. I use it for carrying sewing supplies. Really cute. Yeah, you can make these out of quilting cotton, just a couple fat quarters. You can even make them a little bit more sort of fancy. Maybe use a velvet for the interior so that, your jewelry has a nice texture, softness, next to it. Maybe even some cotton sateen would be really great for these. So these are really great for friends who like to travel, or even for kids who go on sleepovers. They can put their little chapstick, maybe a travel toothpaste, a pair of earrings, and, their charger, because as we know, all the kids need to bring their charger everywhere they go. That can go in the middle and you just tie it up. So these are really, really great stocking stuffers, really great gifts for all the ladies on your list. I'm sure even some guys would get some use out of this. Choose some different fabrics, put some different stuff inside, and this is great for anybody who travels or who needs to bring things on the go. All right. Next up is scrunchies. So talking about going to sleepovers or what have you, the scrunchies have really come back. There was a long time where it was like taboo to wear a scrunchie, and they weren't anywhere. And then all of a sudden, we're back in scrunchie land. And everyone's got them on their hands. You know, they're made out of knit, they're made out of velvet, they're made out of cute fabrics. You can add trim to them. I love some pom-pom fringe, as you're seeing on these samples. We have a really great video that shows off how to make a scrunchie really quickly and easily. So I thought I would show you that video because it's so short and it really describes how to make these, you know, with just some elastic inside. So you can create like 20 scrunchies in an hour, probably, dare I say. I mean, if you're really hammering them out, doing them assembly line style, you can make so many scrunchies. If you need a party favor, maybe your kids have a holiday party at school and they want one of these for all of their friends, something like that. This would be a great choice. And again, super lightweight. You can ship these off and not have to pay an arm and a leg. And they're stuffable, right? All right, so let me go ahead and show you this video and you can see just how easy they come together. There you have it. So easy to sew. I mean, someone's asking, can you use binder clips instead of pins? Certainly. I just think that when you are using a knit fabric, it can get a little, you know, stretchy when you don't want it to be. And when you're applying that pom-pom trim edge, you know, that's more stable than the knit. So you really just don't want your knit fabric to stretch while you're sewing it. You could also serge that edge together. especially if you're not adding trim. You could just, man, you could whip out one super long tube, serge the whole thing, and then cut it in sections and make like however many scrunchies out of that one long tube. That's another way to kind of streamline the sewing and make multiples while you're just doing one fluid motion at the sewing machine. So at any rate, I feel like the pinning is just a little bit easier to keep everything together when you're working with the knit and that pom-pom trim. If you're using a more stable fabric like a quilting cotton, which you certainly can for this, you know, you can probably get away with using the Wonder Clips instead of the pins, especially if you're not adding that trim edge inside. All right. Yes, it is a good project to teach children. They can make their own scrunchies so easily. I think a scrunchie was one of my very first sewing projects, actually. And what is the tool used to pull that elastic through? It's called a bodkin. It's kind of like a pair of tweezers, but it has a little round piece of metal that you kind of squeeze down or pull down on the tweezer. Once you have the tweezer on the elastic end, you pull that little round piece down to kind of clamp your tweezer, let's say, in place, and then you can pull it through and it doesn't slip out of the little clamp. So you can use that. You can use a different type of bodkin where some bodkins just have kind of like a claw end that you actually would pierce through the end of the elastic and then do the same thing, pull the little metal thing. I'm sure there's a actual word for these bodkin, like bodkin anatomy, if you will. But right now I'm not coming up with it. So I'm just going to call it a round thingy. You pull that down and it secures that part as well so it doesn't slip out of place. So you can also just use a safety pin and pin through the elastic edge or end, and then feed the safety pin through the tube, making sure that the end of the elastic is not also coming with it. All right, so let's see. Great project for learning to sew, absolutely. Yep, using that safety pin. Okay, great. So scrunchies, great stocking stuffers, great things to ship off, you know, to a loved one. You can make a pajama pants set with a matching scrunchie. I always like to use the leftover fabrics that I would otherwise toss aside because they're not big enough for anything, and make a matching scrunchie out of it, or a headband, something like that. Then you have a little accessory, you know, for your little handmade pajama pants or something. All right, another great gift for a sewing buddy is a needle minder. Magnetic needle minders are the cutest. Even if you don't do hand sewing or hand quilting, these are just so cute to have around to put little needles on, even at your sewing machine. But a lot of the times these are used for cross stitchers, hand embroiderers, people who are hand stitching things in an embroidery hoop, because you can put your needle minder, there's a little magnet that goes on the wrong side of your fabric, and then the cute little decorative piece goes on the right side of your fabric. And then while you're stitching, if you have to stop or if whatnot, you could put, or if you're changing out your thread, you can just put your needle on your needle minder and it doesn't go anywhere, rather than piercing your fabric with your needle, which can sometimes create a hole that you have to kind of cover up. So these needle minders are really there to prevent that from happening when you're working on something in the hoop. So we have a ton of adorable needle minders, not only what you're seeing here, but we have holiday themed ones. There's a cute little Santa gnome. There's a little quilt shop needle minder. So many of these. And I have seen people make their own little pin cushion and incorporate a needle minder into that, meaning they put the inside of the magnet on the inside of the pin cushion and then the outside of the magnet on top. That way you could put your pins in your pin cushion and then your sewing machine needles go on the needle minder. so they don't get lost with the rest of your pins on your pin cushion. I think that's such an adorable little thing to add to a handmade pin cushion. So if you need a gift for a sewing friend, these are really great. They're very small. So again, you could tuck those inside of a holiday card and have something really special and cute that speaks to their interest. And you can choose a hedgehog for a hedgehog lover, right? You could choose a little quilt shop for the quilter in your friend group. So there's lots of ways to personalize those because we have such a variety available at sulky.com. And also another great gift for a sewing friend, or maybe even for yourself before the holidays, is our mega mystery box that is now at sulky.com. We did an amazing promotion for these for Cyber Monday. You could choose, I think it was up to 3 different mystery boxes and get them for an even better price than they already are. That was crazy. So a lot of mystery boxes went during that promotion, but we do have some left, and you can grab one up before the holidays hit, maybe even save it and just put it under the tree and say, I wonder how that got there. And then open it up and you'll be surprised by everything that's inside because it is a mystery box. And you can expect a few projects that you can create with the items inside of your mystery box. These all have a warm and toasty theme to them. So they're a little bit winter themed, a little bit New Year's Eve themed. You get the idea. And I think you'll love the threads inside. You'll love the variety of Sulky products that are inside of this mystery box. And it's just so fun to open it up and say, oh my gosh, what am I going to make with these items in here? And there's also some really great gifts inside from us to you for the holiday season. So check out that mystery box, and I can't wait to see what you will create with it. Does anyone want to see one of the cute projects that you can make with your mystery box? Raise your hand if you want me to spoil a little bit of the mystery. I know a lot of you have already grabbed your mystery box because I recognize your names from last week when we were talking about it. Let's see, quick gift ideas, great ideas today. Perfect. Love it. Oh, I thought there was a question about the mystery box. All right. So Kathy says, sure. Give us a sneak peek. All right. So I can't resist. This is one of the projects you can make with the items in your mystery box. It's a full In the Hoop project. You also get all the In the Hoop design files that you need to create this all in the hoop. It is the cutest thing. All right. So it is our warm and toasty mug rug. And how cute is this design? I'm probably going to get in trouble for sharing it with you because it does take away some of the mystery, but only a little bit of the mystery, because the rest of the items in the box will still be new to you and fun and exciting. Isn't this the cutest? And look at the trees done in the Poly Sparkle thread. So all the threads that you need to create this design are included in the box. All the fabrics that you see here, and there's an additional one on the back that I will keep a secret. All of the interior structure of this is also included in the box. And this is also an applique. This is a little piece of Sulky felty to give this little toast guy some dimension and texture. And isn't he just the cutest thing you've ever seen? He's so happy and warm and toasty. Get it? Because he's a little piece of toast. Love him. All right, so that's one of the projects that you can make with the items in your box. You can, of course, deviate from our inspiration and create your own things because there's tons of fabric. There's I almost gave more stuff away because I just love mystery boxes so much. All right, so you can only get that design if you grab up one of the mystery boxes, and you'll have everything you need to create it on your own, including those files. And if you don't have an embroidery machine, we just may have a version for you as well. but I will keep that a secret. And there's even a third project that you can create along the lines of that warm and toasty theme. All right. Anita says, see, you got me wanting it now, and I wasn't going to get it. Now you have to get it, Anita. Sorry. Piece of toast. I know. He's so cute. So, so cute. All right. So check out that mystery box. Leslie says, my husband ordered my mystery box for my Christmas present. I know because I saw the charge in my checking account. Ah, hilarious. Well, you know what? Applause for your husband for thinking of you and for knowing what you would love for the holidays. I hope I didn't spoil the surprise even further for you, but I know you're going to love it. And the colors and the fabrics and everything are great for the whole winter season. So I really think everyone will love what they see inside. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today. I hope that I gave you a lot of inspiration for quick and easy little things you can sew in time for Christmas and for all those little stocking stuffers and shipments that you need to get out to your friends and family before the big day. So be sure to tune in next week for another So What, and I will see you then.